We're gonna start about 5 minutes. So if you have your phone, you can write down your goals and the if you have the process. Okay, we're gonna start. So good afternoon, everyone. I go invite, have seen me all over your place. Yes, everyone say. My name is Grace Botello. I'm just sent our fantastic speaker, Nadia. It's an honor for you to present your session. Our session is from overthinking to action. So I'm going to pass it over to her. Enjoy. She knows a lot of the topics. So I really hope you enjoy it. Please stick around. We have a full day of event. We have a super queue. Every about 5, we have a panel of 4 with prize of things. So I hope see you here and see good faces. So thank you. Okay, so my name is Nadia Garber. I will start slow. As you see, maybe more people will come because I see they haven't finished yet over there. So I'm originally from Russia. You wonder where that is from. And I run a photography studio here. I'm a photographer. I don't do events or weddings. I mostly have a say a portrait artist and a storyteller. My goal is to create something that is really about you. So here I was supposed to be talking about photography, and I will do it by later, the last part. But I recently went through the workshop about your goals, and I can say it's gonna change my life. They was from the people who are researching the brain and how our brain works and all the trees there in Switzerland and in UK, and I will have the Purposeful product for them. Like in the ask, because if you're interested, you can go and talk to them and learn more. Because we went through a 3 days program with like 24 hours each day, and it was so amazing. So then, like, can I share it with others? Because it's like really cool. So I'm gonna talk about this and let's see, I have everything, so I really give you everything that I planned. So for what they say that stores before you have planned everything, because we have like imagine the browser and we have a lot of websites open there, and it doesn't help. Like we are trying to think about everything. And what they say, it really helps to kind of write down for yourself that for at least for today, I decide to not care about what bothers you the most. So with that, if you allow yourself to kind of slow down and relax and kind of restart your Google Chrome or wherever, and then kind of open it and think, okay, what website do I want to go to? And they say that you probably heard about the like balance map where they have a lot of different things, your relationship, your health, and you to be kind of feel more fulfilled and happy, you need to kind of balance all this stuff. But the brain researchers, they say that actually there are three most important parts. One is you, it's yourself, what you do for yourself and your priorities and your needs. The second one is your close people, your family, your friends. And the third one is what you do. It's about your work and how you help the community, like wherever you do for the days. Let's try, for example, to take a period, like maybe it's gonna be a short year, like this month, like next month, right? And you need to have the goals that help you fulfill each of the areas. Because if you forget about yourself, then at some point everything is gonna be unstable and go down. Or if you forget about your family or your friends, you don't meet with your friends at all, then like it's gonna come back to you. Your brain will bring it back to you. And then try to balance all these goals and let's do an experiment maybe and uh, let's do like something one or two goals per each for yourself or your people and for your job, like for example what would be I don't know. And do you have any suggestions, examples? Like I want to post a review or I want to create an ad for my product. That's ingredient for your job. What can you for yourself?
I want to talk to my kids every day.
Yeah, but it's also tricky that this thing is can be either for yourself or your family. So if you're like, oh, I not really want to talk to my kids personally, right? But for my kids, I want to talk to them. So that's about your family, and then you need to do something. But for me, I want to go fishing.
And then walk for 13 minutes.
Yeah.
The day.
So it's something that you write down your goals. You have like 5, 6 goals, and then try to put them in order. What do you think is the most important? And then the second and the third and the last one.
So personal could be I want to meet my daily active goals.
Yeah.
And for career, it could be I want to sign up and complete my coaching certification.
Yes. Because if you want to do, for example, your house renovation, then you need to figure out if you like, really you want to go through the process, choose the colors, the furniture or something. So it means that it's for yourself. And it's usually the goals like what you want to do. It's not like, I want my husband to be me for so that's why too. So it thing happens. And if you want to renovate your house with your family, that's your goal for the family. Or if you just like, I want to create a business where I'm renovating houses. So I want to start with mine. So this is gonna be about your work. And then when you have them in order, that's when the tricky part comes. You start with the bottom. You have your last two goals, two priorities, and then you have to, it's called the bubble method. So it's like a bubble under the water, it's coming on top. So you compare last two and decide if you can choose only one, like at this moment of your life, at this exact second, if you could choose only one, like forever, what would it be? And then, if it's okay, then you compare the next two. Or if it's not, if you, for example, your number 6, I don't know, give me some examples. Like if you want to spend more time with children and then you want to, I don't know, create an ad for your product. Like at this moment, for different people, it's going to be different. But you need to kind of decide what is more important for you right now. And then you do this up to the top and you do it several times. Like wherever something is changing, you need to go from the bottom again. Because at this point, we are trying to kind of move out our logical brain that tells you, okay, you have to do this. Like you have to do this. Like you have to do the workout every morning. And then it's more how you feel inside, what is really our, I don't know, the brain that is not the logical one, like limbical system and all this stuff, like what is really in there. Because even, for example, for me, when I first did this, I put on my first priority that I want everything to be in the order. Like everything should be on its place, and like this book should stay on this shelf. Like, it should be cleaner out there. I can do my other things. And when I did this bubble method, this like everything is in order and went over there into the bottom. And I realized that, okay, my family that was on the place, maybe like 5, to spend an hour with my children every day. It went up to the top. And then it was the house. And then it was something else. And I realized that why am I really caring about these things, about the dishes or something that is like on the floor? That is not my priority. And after this, when you start focusing, so when you do this, let me know if you want to share. Did something went higher?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I would have started business, right? So I had to create content. And that's all going to. You spend time with kids also, right? I've learned to get past the guilt. I don't know if anybody wants to see best of that. You have to get past the guilt, right? If I want to feed my children, if I want to have my business, I have to create content. Right? I'm laughing with the kids all the time. I don't create content, well, now I can't feed them. We're all laughing, we're hungry. You have to get past it.
Yeah, but for example, if you do this, if you have your concept and your children, and if you compare this, for example, you put content first and then time with children second. And then you figure out, okay, then you think, if I could have only one thing for the rest of my life, what would I choose? Yeah, but it's different for everybody. Like at some point, maybe the concept. You might be, oh, they already kind of broke the tablet. They like this month, they can spend time, I don't know, with grandma or grandpa. Like right now, the content is more important. Or at some point, you're like, oh, they're already like young and I want to spend time with them. So you do this and you figure out if you can have just one thing for the rest of your life, while those not the top. And then when you have everything in order for your soul, for your inner self, like how it really feels, then you start from the top and you check, is it kind of good? Is it check mark or not? For example, if your kids go to the top, you can decide, okay, how can I make it work? Maybe I will then you put it in the calendar, then you plan it out, starting from the top, not from something that turned out to be not so kind of fulfilling or important. And you're like, okay, maybe I can do like half an hour with that, I don't know, every day or every other day. And you put it there, and then it's kind of, you close this website from your brain.
Yeah.
And then your creativity will flow to the next task. Okay, next, what do I have? I might have a workout or the content. And you think, okay, what's more important for me at the moment? Okay, the content. So then I put the content. I assume like for example, I don't know, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I create content for this amount of time. Or until I finish with the content, I don't move next. And this really helps you. It's like the champagne tower. It goes further and further, and it helps you. And it's different for everybody. I talked about it with my friend, and she's like, I really want to create an ad for this thing. And somehow this ad, it went on top of, I need a gift for my father, I want to go well in vacation, and I want to go here and there, and I need to do this, I need to do workout, like my bike is crossing. Somehow, at this moment, this thing really went on top. And she was like, oh, really? So that is what's most important for me right now. And she focused on this, like in 2 days, she finished with that. And she started doing all that. And before, she was like, oh, I have so much stuff to do. Like, I need to do this, and this, and this, and this. And I don't know. I feel like this one is most important, but maybe this one. So
how often can you do this?
it depends. They do it. They have a larger program, and they do it every half a year, sometimes every 3 months. Some people do it every year. But I feel like you can do it wherever you feel you need it. Yeah. If you have some other things that come to mind and you're like, or I need to prioritize because I feel stuck and I feel like some procrastination that my brain starts to somehow, like what is going on?
In social media, they recommend every 6 weeks. And the reason 6 weeks rather than a month is you could get prepared for the next 6 weeks.
So, Tetu, is it something like your goal for the year? You want to get your degree, so that's gonna be for the year, or you want to, I don't know, get government contract, or you want this qualification like in summer or in the fall, so you can have some broader ones and some smaller ones. So as soon as you prioritize everything, then you start check marking from top. Okay, what stops me from going there?
It's true. I've been doing that because I've been procrastinating and like sit down and make a list. And I'm like, I can do that. I didn't clean that. I did that. But I make a time to do the list, and the next day I'm so productive. It's just, and it feels good too. But so you think I get it, that it opens up time to think about what I want to do. Right. So it's true. That's the only thing you say that. It makes sense because we're able to procrastinate.
Yes, it's actually like I have to do this, but somehow we don't do this. And we know that I have to. don't check. So something that is really more important, you have something in there, but you just can't go into it until you can decide, okay, for my whole life, what would I choose? So it really helps. And yeah, I really like it. So let's go to the photography part. For the photography part, I just want to say that that your visuals are being judged by the brain. The same brain, like always, is there messing up. And it's also interesting how people create an opinion about someone depending on how they and really encourage like everybody first to think when you, for example, grabbing a piece of clothes, like what is the statement that you want to share today? What do you want to tell by your look, by what you're putting out there? Because you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and it's interesting how people choose, like when you go here and go check the agenda, or if you need the special extent, you check the faces. Like, oh, I feel like this person, I want to work with this person. With this person, I don't want. So and with the photography, you can do a lot of things. First impression, it's brand identity. Like, for example, what do you think? Which type of ways charges more?
Look at that, the bond one.
This one, right? Yeah. Why? Maybe this one is more tasty.
It's a more fancy. You said it's called spicy. Did say taste better? Has machine the top one looks like the customers.
So it's very interesting when you want to present your product in a nicer way. You expect that you will pay more here than there.
Yes.
And this one, like, what do you think is the price for the band? Yeah, maybe the top one and the bottom one.
It's the same bag.
One bag on top of the other.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It's just that the display.
yeah.
It looks like it's being sold in a store. Now it looks like it's being sold on Facebook.
Yeah, that's not because it's the same, but it's Gucci bag for like $2,000. And here, if you have the bigger picture, you see like have an arc there, like they have upside, more presentable. And this one, oh, it's just it's good.
Like they're trying to get rid of it.
So it's very interesting how we perceive it, and we can't even sometimes realize, but we already had the opinion about that. Oh, this is cheap. This is expensive. Yeah, I want to go to this girl's. It was interesting to watch how my daughter was choosing or therapist. Now that this one, she's smiling too much. So it's just it's like now I don't like too much makeup, and here it's too less makeup. So it's like a lot of things. And usually when you do a headshot or when you put your photo out there, it's better to not do the photo of you at the moment. It's better to think who you want to be. And then you're taking a picture of this person, like you already have a successful business, you already do what you want to do. And then you do it for this. For example, like this person is a broker at the South Bangladesh. And he needed one photo to be more kind of presentable that he can use for the banners or something. And this one, he needs something for the listings. So different, it should be different backgrounds with a cutout. Like here you can see this one is more nice. If you are pediatrician or if you help with hunting or something, you would be choosing this one. If you wanna go, I don't know, run for president, so it's okay. I'm gonna do it. So it's a different one. Like the same with me. If it's more presentable, it's something more business looking. If it's talking to people who I already know and they know me and they know that I'm gonna easygoing person, then I can put this one into a signature in the email. The same here, like if you are a math professor, you need something like this, but it's the same person and people are telling like, is it a math? Oh, it's not, it's a math professor. So with your imagery, you can create these impressions. And it's better to kind of first think, okay, how do I want to look? How I want people to perceive me? Do you want to look more approachable and you kind of tilt the head and you smile and you're like, hey, come work with me? Or if you are, I don't know, a divorce lawyer, you can do something like. And with the photography, you can do a lot with your mobile phone. Like all of these are edited with a mobile phone. I want to talk about the lenses. If I see people a lot of time, they just kind of do this when they take pictures. And you have like on your phone, you have the cameras. Like, and these are little cameras, different lenses. But when you zoom on the screen, during between those numbers, like 1x to x, that is just your phone choosing one camera, and that is just kind of, opening it up. So it's usually a way not so bad, not so good quality, so it's better to use those. And this one, like the last one, the bigger one, like 2x, 3x, it's the portrait lens. That's what professional photographers use for the portraits. So you can see that these are for the landscape, like the small ones, 0.5 and 1, and they will make your face slim out. They have more distortion. So if you want to do your headshot, you just choose a clean background, you change the lighting, that you don't have any harsh shadows, or because the light is most important. You need the light to come on your face, so it steals all your vehicles, if you have some. Yeah, and then it creates an impression that it's just you're 20 years younger. So that's for the high shots. With the handles, it's also if you're doing high handle, not like everybody does that. Yeah, white people put it. Yeah, it looks slimmer. And it also looks kind of, with a high handle, it's more cute. And I would say if you take in the picture of a child, it's usually with a high handle and everybody looks cute. If you want to look more powerful, then you can drop the phone with this. It will create more powerful image for the picture. Yeah, but what is also interesting about this that there's a funny exercise that you, for example, you can take your own and do a selfie and say like, hey, I'm here at the RGV Startup Week, everything is looking great, and you're ready to post it online. And then you can put your phone here. It's like, hey, we're RGV Startup Week. And this one you don't want to put all lights somehow. But what is the interesting fact that our children and our pets, they see us from there. And for them, we're like the most beautiful and amazing people in the world. And nothing is changing about you when you go like the next seconds you go down here, like you're the same person. You're still nice and cute and beautiful. But how don't So yeah, I talked about the live photo editing apps. These are my two Go editing apps. If you want to commute to the web ones are like CapCut, Lightroom, and Photoshop. They can use bunch of tools. They create generative images. They have very different options. You can change whatever you want. And also for iPhones and for Android, you check the display settings, but sometimes they show you very yellow images. That is not the case. So I usually just turn off all the advanced features. So we really know what's going on. So for the product photography, it's better to have either clean background, a blurry background. For the blurry, you also choose the lens that is like the maximum size. You just go there and then you kind of figure it out. Okay, where do I want it? Here or there, or closer, but if you move it like this way, the quality is gonna drop tremendously because it's still the same camera, it's still the same shot, but it's just stretched at home. So for the product photography, it's better to have the light from the side, see that everything is fitting together, the space on the sides, so you bring the attention of the viewer to your product. And try some macros, some details, so you can mix and match. For the portraiture, you can see that's the front light, and here the lights is somewhere on the side. I'm not sure. Probably this girl is younger, but on the photo, you see like, oh, maybe this one, because the light is kind of on the front. Just, and here is also from the side, and it prays kind of unflattering. Check the body. Do you want to cute? Do you want to more powerful? Do you want to kind of be more approachable? Then you drop the shoulder. Do you want to be like the divorce lawyer and then the box position where you kind of put your shoulder up and then you show more kind of strength on some living rate, and check what's in your background. It might be something, your logo, if you want it to be there, or it's better to have it clean so nothing coming out of your head. And let's see. Oh, I did it really quick. So this one is the QR code for the neurables. If you want to do a larger version, and if you need any headshots, bragging, family, pet photography, that's mine. You just mentioned RGV Startup. We can look give a special price. And let me know if you have any questions. If you want to talk about the goals, the brace, or the photography side. If you have any issues, if you thinking like, how can I create more content? How can I represent what my product is or who I am, because I feel like with content, it's usually you just do it. And if you need to post it online, I think the main thing is you just choose either you want to use the consistency, and you might choose, okay, on Mondays, I'm going to pull something out there. And it's going to be every Monday at the same time. So it's better than you put, okay, this week it's on Monday. The next week I'm going to do Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I'm going to do every day. But then just Thursday. So I think it messes up with the algorithm. So with this one, the best one is consistency.
Do we have any questions? No. It was pretty clear, right? Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Nadia, for being such an amazing host for this session. We have more session. We have another session here, starting at 3. That it's called. I'm sorry, I can't remember all of them sessions. It's called the Female Bread Manifesto with Andrea and Ali. So you're more than welcome to stay. We are also having a panel in front that is Beyond SpaceX with Sai Melendez. And we have another panel in the one that's in the corner that has the windows that it's called PNC Boat Leading with Emotional Intelligence with Marco Moreno. So you're more than welcome to stay. Please stick around. If you took pictures of Nadia, you can post it on Instagram. Tag us, RGV Startup Week, ECC, UTRGV, PCSC, Bolina Cup. any hangout that you want, but she said, I hope you all here. Ya le dije, eso voy a poner con las caras, Fíjate, con las
Thank you.
And just with your book and everything, because it takes time and like their sessions they need you like up to 20 minutes. So guys, I really think about this.
Yeah, it was a more like goal. What we were talking about here is more like the task list. Maybe, but yeah, like like goal.
Yeah, because they give a lot of examples that we need to